Your brain doesn't believe things because they're true. It believes them because they're familiar. If a lie is repeated enough times, your mind begins to accept it as reality. Not because you chose to believe it, but because your brain is built to trust repetition over truth. And that is how manipulators gain control, not by convincing you, but by conditioning you. This effect doesn't just happen in toxic relationships. It's built into media headlines, political messaging, advertising, and even social beliefs. When a message is repeated often enough, your mind stops asking, "Is this true?" and starts asking, "Why do I keep hearing this?" This is how ideas spread without evidence, how lies become public opinion, and how manipulators, whether individuals or entire systems, rewrite your reality without ever using force. It doesn't feel like manipulation. It feels like truth. The human brain is built for survival, not accuracy. And in the brain, familiarity is interpreted as safety. When you hear something repeatedly, your brain processes it more easily. This ease is called cognitive fluency, and the brain mistakes fluency for truth. Psychologists call this the illusory truth effect. The more often something is repeated, the more real it feels, even if it's false. But repetition doesn't just plant belief, it protects it. Once an idea is repeated enough times, confirmation bias takes over. Your brain starts seeking evidence to support the idea and automatically ignoring anything that challenges it.
What the hell?
So repetition doesn't just influence you, it programs you. You see this illusion everywhere once you understand it. In relationships, a manipulator repeats the same narratives. You're overreacting. You remember it wrong. No one else would tolerate you. At first you reject it. But repeated often enough, your brain stops treating it as an accusation and starts treating it as identity. In media, a headline appears across platforms, not proven, just repeated, until it stops sounding like a claim and starts sounding like reality. In advertising, repetition doesn't convince you logically. It attaches emotion. You don't remember when you trusted the brand, only that you've seen it so many times. It now feels safe. That's the illusion of truth. It doesn't persuade you. It programs you. Once the illusion of truth takes root, manipulation no longer requires effort. You don't have to be convinced, you begin convincing yourself. When repetition becomes belief, belief becomes behavior. And at that point, no one needs to control you directly. Your own mind does it for them. This is how people defend harmful relationships. How entire societies adopt narratives without proof. And how identity itself can be shaped by exposure instead of truth. The illusion of truth only works when it goes unnoticed. The moment you recognize it, the effect begins to break. When you hear a repeated message and ask, "Do I believe this because it's true, or because I've heard it enough times?" You stop absorbing the message automatically and begin observing it consciously.
Okay, got it.
Awareness doesn't just protect your mind. It gives you back control of it. Manipulation always begins in the mind. First, they make you believe their version of reality. But belief alone isn't enough. To truly control you, they must control how you feel. And that's where the next phase begins. Not with logic, but with overwhelming intensity disguised as love.
This is too perfect.
In the next episode, we expose the most seductive tactic used to create emotional dependency. If you've ever seen a belief spread simply because it was repeated, share it in the comments. Your awareness might help someone else break the illusion. Stay aware. Stay critical. Because from this point forward, you won't just hear manipulation,